Hi, and welcome on my channel Perfumery and Sophie. Today I am going to talk about a fragrance, Nava Sol from Rayhaan. This fragrance is inspired by Mojave Ghost. Let's see how close Nava Sol is getting to Mojave Ghost. I tried the original Mojave Ghost, so I can give you a fair comparison between these two. This is the bottle of Nava Sol. This is a flowery, woody, and musky fragrance. It is unisex, but because of some sweetness in this fragrance, some find it leaning more feminine. The design of the bottle is for me really appealing. Simplicity with a niche touch. The cap is magnetic. This bottle contains 100 ml and I paid €40 for it, including shipping cost. Let's talk about the notes. The top notes are sapodilla and musk ambrette. The hard notes are sandalwood, magnolia, violet. The base notes are ambergris, cedar, and musk. Of course, the ambergris is a synthetic ambergris. If we look at the notes, the main accords of this fragrance should be flowery, powdery, musky, woody, and a little bit citrusy. Because of the ambrette and ambergris, I would also say a little bit of animalistic. Let's do a first spray. It opens with a lot of sweetness, coming from the sapodilla, and it is fruity to my nose. It feels kind of thick. When I tested this fragrance on skin, this smelled really nice. In the beginning, I got this fruity sapodilla note. On my skin, it intends to be sweet in a thick kind of texture, like almost some kind of cactus juice. I can describe it like this. Within this texture with cactus juice that smells like really sweet pear, there is this creaminess of sandalwood, giving it a little bit of woodiness. And then we have the powderiness of violet, and this together with the animalistic character of the ambergris, it smells really interesting. This fragrance's performance is like 2 hours of projection, medium. If we talk about performance, 5 hours. And after that, it becomes noticeable only for you. Is it somewhere underneath beast mode, really close? I don't think so. It is a moderate projection with a soft undertone. I think it is really close to the original Mojave Ghost. Now we are mentioning Mojave Ghost. Did Rayhaan succeed to make a really good interpretation? Let's talk about the differences. The opening of Mojave Ghost, the OG, is more fresh. It is more dry and gives more clean vibes. Also, to me, the original Mojave Ghost feels more cooler. Nava Sol is in the opening more sweet and more fruity. The sapodilla is here more on top. It feels more thicker. Then we have the overall texture. Mojave Ghost has this really moist feeling to it, or almost texture, at least for me. And it gives me a slight aquatic, transparent feeling. It feels almost like the flowers and fruits are covered with some kind of dewy fog blanket in the desert. It smells almost like morning dew. Nava Sol feels texture-wise and in development a little bit more creamy and powdery. I think this is because they use a more heavier dose of sandalwood and musk in the base. Does Nava Sol contain the moist that you experience in Mojave Ghost? Yes. I think this is because of the really juicy, fruity sapodilla in the opening, and this stays throughout your whole wear. It is thicker, it is more creamy, and more powdery sweet. It has that desert moist. Only less transparent and almost less in a aquatic kind of way. Then of course we have the balance in flowers. In the original Mojave Ghost, the violet speaks more and comes more forward in a different kind of way. It gives somewhat of a powdery feeling, but in a almost fresh gray kind of undertone. It is done in an interesting kind of way where the moist meets this kind of gray powderiness, dissolves into each other, into this whole desert kind of environment. And this, I think, is what makes the original so unique. Nava Sol has this powderiness too, but it feels more creamy and a little bit more thicker. Magnolia is coming through more. And this makes the fragrance more, in my opinion, more feminine, more sunnier, and more fuller texture. It explains the name of the fragrance, Nava Sol. And also from the OG Mojave Ghost. It has more of the ghosty gray vibes, and Nava Sol is just thicker and more sunnier. Are these differences really noticeable in the air or on your skin? On my skin, yes, because this is why I can explain to you these differences and can share with you. But in the air, or when you just sniff it on its own, the interpretation is really good. So really close. It is also not synthetic and it smells expensive. This fragrance Nava Sol is a little bit more linear than the original Mojave Ghost, but still it has a lot of complexity in my opinion. It has every kind of aspect, however made a little bit more different in execution, but it has every kind of aspect that Mojave Ghost owns in the fragrance also. Longevity, in my opinion, they are really close, so I would say almost the same. Nava Sol doesn't win this battle with the OG. And however it sometimes may feel for you that it is becoming invisible, for other people it is still noticeable. And then at last I have one point of difference, and this is the base. In the base of Nava Sol we have ambergris. It can be a little bit more sharper to the nose. Also in Mojave Ghost they use ambergris. But this is a higher quality that is mixed in with a cedarwood combination. So therefore it feels like more softer and more natural. In my opinion, this fragrance is all year round. My final thoughts. Nava Sol and Mojave Ghost are really close. Of course, I discussed with you the differences and I tried to explain them as good as possible. But to my nose, in the air, this explanation fades a little bit away because they are so close. The notes of Mojave Ghost and Nava Sol are also identical, so exactly the same. This doesn't mean that they use the same kind of quality, but it means that the profile is really close. It smells like Mojave Ghost. The differences that I explained you makes the original Mojave Ghost unique, but the original is also really expensive. Around 220, 250 euro, I'm not pretty sure, 100 milliliter. And with this one, you have a more affordable option. In my opinion, it is not even necessary anymore to buy the OG over Nava Sol. The story of this fragrance. You are a free spirit and you sail your own course. When you use Nava Sol and you go on your journey through life, you leave exactly the trail that is matching your inner mind. It is a lonely desert DNA and you will survive on your own. If you find this review helpful, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and I would like to see you in my next video. Bye.